Came here to take over the game. Yeah. Still. You know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy. More heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. That type of motion new to you. To us it's a throwback. Losing, we don't know that. Only give them our facts. That's exactly what y'all lack. Always show the people love, so they show us love back. Yeah. And been worthy like 42 on the Lakers.
And once again, it's on. You're now rocking with the best. We are the supreme team, the dream team, the cream team. We are. Yo,
Wow.
not let that happen. But you mess me up for the whole show. We are Politics Union podcast where we're covering everything NBA related and some sneaker talk. I got my man Adam Carter with me. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Jack? How you doing, good brother?
And I'm doing great. Doing great. A lot of action in the association. It's crazy. We're down to our final 7 teams. And it could go down a little more tonight if Boston loses. If Boston loses and Golden State loses who are the games tonight. But yeah, man, what we got on the docket?
So listen, brother, we're gonna do one. It's been a while, but we're gonna do one of those rapid fire shows tonight. More fire. All right, Jack. First on the docket, Jack, we got Jayson Tatum's injury. And before we dive in, good brother, to all the people that may be watching, do us a favor. Go ahead and share that thing. Just go ahead and share this stream, Jack. Like, follow, and share. Like, follow, and share. Do it right now. Y'all ain't doing nothing else. Go ahead and do it. All right, we gave you a second. Do it anyway. So we're going to jump right in, brother, and we're going to talk about that Jayson Tatum injury, Jack. Heartbreak for the Boston Celtics.
I'm sorry about that, sir. Why do you start talking in my ear?
Can you hear me now, brother?
I got you. Yo, he was like, yo, I got a message on my joint and everything about a browser. Everything. I've never seen that.
Well, what I said, good brother, is we let them share. We gave people time to share. That's all we was doing. We was just giving y'all more time to share. We did that on purpose.
I forgot to say that we was running late. Make sure y'all share, like, and follow, subscribe. Most definitely.
Absolutely. But Jayson Tatum, Jack, tough break for the Boston Celtics. The fate of the Celtics was kind of in the wind for a couple of hours, 24 hours, when Jayson Tatum went down and had to get carried off. And the worst ended up becoming true, Jack. Ended up coming true.
Yeah, man. At first, I didn't even, it looked so minor, in game action that it looked like nothing serious. I just thought I thought he was just trying to, buy some time for the turnover or what have you. But when I seen him banging that floor, I was like, oh, it had to be that.
We've seen that before.
He was cooking that game too. Even though I was mad at him because I'm always mad. Even though he's one of my favorites, I'm mad at him because the last 4 or 5 possessions he was just taking crazy threes. He didn't. I just wish he'd have took it to the hole. But that's neither here nor there. We're watching them now, and the game is tied. Yo, the Celtics are still a very good team without Tatum.
Absolutely.
So the Knicks don't just cash that bad boy in.
So automatically think that you go into the next round already.
You got to go get that game.
Absolutely.
So man, I'm just so sorry, man. And I heard his father was coaching overseas. And he was asking his dad, "Why me? Why this?" He's never had a severe injury in his life, man.
Pretty healthy. He's been pretty healthy all these years.
Players, man. So he doesn't get hurt. So man, I was just sad seeing it. And we were talking offline. It's probably one of the last times we'll see this Celtics team together. Luxury tax and all that, the aprons, and his extension kicks in and all that complicated stuff. But man, prayers up to Tatum, man, and I can't wait till he comes back better than ever.
Absolutely, Jack. And what I will say is shout out to the Boston Celtics. There was doctors. By the time we got the news that it was a torn ACL, he had already had the surgery. I don't
Had the
know if I've
surgery.
ever seen that before. He'd already had the surgery. So
Surgery
shout
was
out to those
completed.
doctors for being on time.
They must took him right to the hospital from the locker room, and they kept that thing so quiet, even though we had the speculation. But that's a good point. They was on it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Jack. Let's slide on over to the West, Jack. Let's talk about the Denver Nuggets and the Oklahoma City Thunder, Jack. That is proving
Ooh,
to be
here.
a good series with OKC taking that lead in the series with that 3-2 lead just last week.
Mm. Yo, I'm watching. It's funny, man. Joker had a hell of a game last night.
Mhm.
They've been making it, but he got to work. He got to work for.
Yeah,
I never seen him working. Last time I seen him work this hard. It's funny enough 'cause he was at the game. It's when Dwight Howard was on him in the bubble.
a couple years ago, yeah, and Bo, yeah,
That and the home man, they putting hands on him, and finally we got that one SGA game I've been waiting for,
right.
and that team they pulled that young boy Wallace out. He's 21 years old.
They got a good
This
team, Jack.
unbelievable, and they're so young. So I'm convinced if they get by the Nuggets, they win the championship. Because
It's gonna be tough to get past that team.
but here there's no other weak. Their weakness is really covering Jokic.
Yeah.
They ain't got no problem with no. They got a bunch of guards, bunch of wings they can throw out. They'll make it hard on other teams, and no one has a dominant big man. So I got my money on them. They won this game, and yeah, I was just impressed by them. And Murray had a good game, but I don't know if it's fatigue. I just not fatigue from the too many games. I think they're being fatigued because this young energy, and they don't stop. Even when
Mm.
they down by 8, they keep coming with the defensive prowess. Yeah, I'm. That game showed me that they ready.
Yeah, Jack. Do you think that series goes 7?
I think they get him out of there.
Mm.
I think they get him out of there. I think SGA looks serious. And notice he don't change no expression. He don't be laughing. You can't tell if they're up or down. That's what I appreciate about him. That young dude with that kind of leadership, man. I'm just thoroughly impressed by them. I think they get him out of there because Jokic can't score 60.
Not
And if
every
you
night.
depended and if you depended on Westbrook, yo, he was off last night. Those air balls are some of the worst air balls history has ever seen. Yo, Jokic just looking in the air like, dog. Yo, and his was funny. Remember what he said? You get an air ball, you get a turnover, you get a 3-pointer, you get a dope, you get a. That's what happens. You just kind of. It's like a grab bag, man.
You never know what you're going to get out of Westbrook. He said that, and he meant it.
Box of chocolates on the court.
And one thing I will say about SGA is that young brother understands the moment, Jack. He knows what's at stake. And I think it's some added, motivation playing against who they said should have been the MVP, the
Mhm.
last couple years MVP. So shout out to SGA for seizing that moment. And I'm hoping that we go to a game 7 just because I want to see more of that series. But
Yeah, yeah.
I would be very happy for the
Good.
OKC Thunder to progress.
And
All
we
right, Jack.
maybe jumping a little bit, but him and Ant Man, that series.
Whew,
Oh,
whew. Let's not jump the gun because
man.
we hope for that though. I think early in the season we
Actually,
hope for that.
we probably it's a lower percentage chance we won't see them in Boston.
Right.
So, but them and Timberwolves will be. That's what the Hoopers want to see. Make it happen, Adam Silver.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, we'll get to Adam Silver making things happen. Let's slide back over to the East and talk to slid that in there, didn't I? Let's slide back over to the East and talk about the Pacers. Jack, they send your Cavs home. I see your name today is the
Oh,
Cavs let you down,
yo,
and they gave it all
yo,
they got though.
yo. Max Drew said, "If you ain't don't believe, don't come to work."
Well, they should have came to work then.
He went out there and went over 9. Yo, yo, I told somebody, he had a problem because he kept getting his hair done between games. There's no basketball player can play that good and keep their hair together. It's impossible. Yo, they let
Yo, you ever see the Instagram like video or it's on Facebook where the little kid stands up on the bus and says, "Come on, guys, the coach is right. We gotta hang in there." And they said, "Man, shut up." That's what they said.
yo, that's what I thought. That's what they look like when they get blown out of Indiana. Yo, and Mitchell's my boy, but watching him miss those three free throws, oh, that broke my heart, man. He and somebody was saying, I believe they're saying on NBA today, they don't have any tough guys, rough guys on that team. So they got too many nice guys. I said, you may be right. Evan Mobley's nice. It's such a polite team. Hunter got some seemed like a tough guy because he wanted to kill Mathurin, but I don't think they don't play with enough force. And Siakam and them, they just pushing them around. Miles Turner pushing them around, man. Oh.
Absolutely.
Yo,
Absolutely.
let's go to the finals. I thought they had us. Nah. And here's what's funny. I turn over you. One of the Cleveland. I've been listening to Locked On podcast. So it's local podcast. Each team has their local podcast on Spotify. So you get that stuff we don't normally get because they're on the ground. And they said
Mhm.
that Jayson Tatum gets injured, they don't capitalize on the best shot they'll probably have to get to the finals. Because man,
Right.
they get to the Pacers. I think they get the Knicks. The Knicks can't match. They have they have more present a matchup problem for the Knicks because
Yeah.
Brunson and Mitchell, they offset each other.
Yeah.
And but man, this was their shot. I think I don't know what they're gonna do next year.
And this is the crazy thing. For as good as Mitchell is in the bubble, he looked incredible. And this season, he looked incredible. Never been out the second round.
Yo, I was trying to fight somebody. I was like, nah, man, they was against the Clippers. That was the second round. Remember, he went up against Kawhi.
Always the second round, Jack.
He never been out the second round. And here's that theory. We're gonna talk about that. Can you win a championship with a small guard? And we've been saying this from the beginning. They got two of them back there.
Absolutely.
And now Halliburton and Mathurin, all those tall wing guys, I think that hurts you in the playoffs if you ain't got the protection. We'll talk about
Absolutely.
Brunson. Brunson got a lot of wing guys, got tall guys, and I think
Absolutely.
the heart. That's the kind of players I think they need because they're not the best defensive guys. But man, man, that press conference, man, I was like my Cavaliers.
And the man,
Pushing
listen, man,
too late.
those Pacers are tough, man. I think a lot of people kind of counted them out going up against the Bucks. I can't remember that Saturday show that we had who we had picked winning that series. Probably the Bucks more than likely if we thought that
I
everybody
know
was
I picked them.
healthy.
Yeah.
But the Pacers are tough, Jack. You figure from top to bottom, they're they share the ball well. They're well coached,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's a perfect time to slide into our next segment. Do we still think that Halliburton is overrated? He was voted the most overrated player in the NBA. Do you still feel
Oh,
like that?
you know,
Do
you
we
know what I
still feel like that?
said, yo, I don't know who came with that list, but he wasn't overrated. Listen, he wasn't overrated last year when they went on that run. And here's what's crazy. It just lets me know that Steve Kerr may not know what he's doing when he got a lot of talent, not named Steph Curry. Because that was like, how is Halliburton not getting no burn? How is Tatum, now you got me going, Steve Kerr. Now we see Kaminga playing great for some reason because he's in the game. That's neither here
Because he's
nor there.
playing.
Put him in the game so he can play. He's but the Halliburton, and he averaging like 25, 9, and 5 rebounds. And one thing he never does, he never turns the ball over. That cat be having like a 10-to-1 turnover ratio. That's what I noticed about him early when he was a rookie. He never turned the ball over. He got him to the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years in a row. No way is that overrated. And sometimes we too impressed with brothers who got the sauce and jumping through the roof. But listen, he's had more accomplishments than Mitchell in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And he got him to the bubble championship. Let's not forget about that last year.
Exactly. And when you start boiling it down, he's way more accomplished than a lot of the young guys that's on the scene who get better press than him.
Yeah. And I think it's time for people to take him off that list, Jack, because like you said, he's cold.
Before this series, I thought that was crazy, man. To
And he
me,
shares the ball.
I said he's probably top 20 player. And here's what's crazy. After this playoff, let's say they get whoever out of there. You're gonna have to put them, you're gonna have to have a conversation. See, people still thinking like the Ja Morants of the world. I don't know if I'm taking Ja over Halliburton now.
Right.
Halliburton's a winner, man.
Yeah.
And you know, another he's clutch. He takes that big moment.
Absolutely. I saw today on Facebook. Yeah, I saw today on Facebook. Derek Jackson and Quincy Till and a couple other people were having having a debate about is Halliburton kind of in that top five. We talk about the Ant-Mans of the world, and we talk about Joker and Giannis and all these guys. But it might be time to switch up that list, Jack, because Halliburton.
He making some steps. I got him. I got him in that 15-ish.
15-ish.
He's a winner, man, and we can. And sometimes we let the stats cloud us, man. A lot of them dudes got big stats, man. He's sending them home. My boy Giannis send him home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Twice
times.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's switch gears, Jack. We got some exciting news this week. Shout out to all the MJ fans. Jack, MJ is back. Jack covering the NBA games for NBC. Jack as a special contributor. I don't think I've seen that one coming, Jack. That is big news.
Some other guy probably since he retired, he probably talked when he went to the Hall of Fame. That cigar interview you shared in the last. He's not a big talker, so I was just stuck. He's billionaire. He don't need that check. Somebody said he's doing it for cash. I was like, man, you must have known his portfolio. You must have known how many sneakers of his I got in my room. I said, dog. First of all, he ain't doing for that. But I'm trying to figure out. The thing was, I'm gonna come up with a list. I'm gonna write about top 5 reasons why he will be good. I think he'll be great because people don't know he's not a roaster per se. Somebody described him great. I think my boy Vinny Goodwill. He said he's not a roaster. He's a grudge holder.
Absolutely.
He don't just go all. He just go all like Shaq and Chuck. They roast people.
Absolutely.
So right, some great announcement, and I would like him to talk about how guys don't have that mid-range footwork game that he adopted in the second stage of his career. Hopefully they don't fan out. This is gonna be crazy talking to Jordan. Hopefully they get like a Carmelo and Jordan, like those guys have conversations together about what's happening. But I'm excited to see that, man. NBC, Amazon Prime.
Absolutely. And I think that it works because Jordan's one of those mesmerizing figures. Yeah, I mean we go back and forth when we joke about the LeBron versus Jordan thing. And Jordan doesn't do as much talking as LeBron, as you said. We always got a clip from LeBron saying something. He's on Instagram. He's on commercials. But Jordan doesn't talk that much. So we are going to be hanging on to every word he says.
He never said it, yeah.
He would like these games.
Fantastic point. I didn't think I never saw Kobe as being one of those guys sitting in the studio talking about the game.
That's so true. We could not get MJ and NBA Live 96. I hated that. We had creating,
That is hilarious. That's one of my favorite live too. That 96, 97 era. That was my favorite. I loved it.
I used to play with Golden State.
Here he gonna be talking on that, and here they were vague about it. So what does a special contributor do? I just can't imagine him. I just can't imagine him sitting next to people.
And this,
if it and Magic ain't gonna be there. Who gonna sit next to Jordan?
This is the thing. I think he did that purposely because he's not being tied down every Sunday for the whole season. So he's a special contributor. So when you get it, you got to feel special.
I got it. You know what he's gonna be talking about? Parlays.
I knew you was gonna say so.
One thing we love about him. One thing you know about Mike.
I saw somebody say he's gonna be giving all the gamblers bets.
Yo, he's gonna be
Everybody bet for him.
He gotta be giving us some picks, and everybody gonna be doing whatever he says.
Oh man, we are looking forward to seeing that, Jack. Let's head on over to Philadelphia. Some local news for us, Jack.
Yeah, man.
Was very excited about this. The 76ers promote Jameer Nelson as the assistant general manager. Jack, local guy, grew up in Chester, played against our beloved Coatesville Red Raiders, went to St. Joe's, and then undefeated.
You lucky till he was sick.
Listen, good battles between Chester and Coatesville, but shout out to the 76ers, seeming like they got it right with getting a local kid, not a kid, he's a man at this point, but a local guy to be a part of the organization.
His was funny, man. Sisters quietly had a fantastic week.
Absolutely.
Making him the general manager, and that taking finally worked for it. They got they gonna get a good player, and they or oh man, it went perfect. Shout out to McCain being a good look at the draft. We'll talk about that a little later. But Nelson, I was telling Brain, I said this dude, another small guard,
Brunson,
from Chester, St. Joe's, mid-major is what they call those schools. Carved out 15-year NBA career and probably a 20-year executive career. What a man! I'm telling you, man. He's one of the figures we need to be pushing the kids to look at.
Absolutely, he has a son in college. Yeah,
man. And what I love about it, if I don't like a move he made, I'll call Shaman Tools, who will give me his number so I can roast him. Because he started doing something like, we got the end to Jameer Nelson.
Listen, I lived in Chester for 5 years. I still got a lot of homies that played on that team with him.
Yes,
a lot of homies. Shout out to those guys, Jack. But yeah, shout out to Jameer Nelson. Jack got fantastic news. Very excited for him.
Yeah, great, man. I can't, man. And I want to see him rise, be the GM, president. I want him to have a long tenure with the squad.
Absolutely, Jack. You briefly mentioned that the Philadelphia 76ers had a great week getting that third pick, Jack. Let's talk about that number one pick with 1.8% odds of getting the number one pick. Miraculously, the Dallas Mavericks, who just traded away a generational player, got the number one pick and got who we're thinking it will be another generational player, and more than likely in Cooper Flag. They act like they don't know who they're going to draft. We know who they're going to draft, but they can still mess the draft up again.
Yo, don't bring that up. Nobody screws it up like the Sixers. Oh my god! But yo, this is how I know that Nico. He must. I don't know who his pastor, rabbi, imam is, but they must have put the oils on him. And they probably gave him that vibranium like Forrest Whitaker was giving Chad in Black Panther to make sure he gets his first pick. You know a crazy stat I saw? They said if the Bulls would have lost that game against the Lakers,
that they get the
pick, and they would have had the number one. That's I thought it was rigged till I saw that.
Getting the buzzer, right?
Yeah, that cost them the pick. And here's what really blew my mind. If the Spurs would have got the number one pick, I would have never watched the NBA again.
It felt like it was going to be rigged if the Spurs or Dallas got it, honestly.
I haven't seen Dallas. I was like, if they let the Spurs get, they stuck it to the Sixers by getting Duncan. Man, they have such a great track record of getting, when the real players come out, getting the number one pick. But Dallas getting that, and we were talking Would they trade that for Dallas? I don't know. I think Cooper Flag for Giannis. I think Cooper Flag has got. He could be a perennial All Star. I don't know if he's all time. I said I'm gonna need to see that. I'm watching some stuff. I don't know if he's all time.
Think
I don't know
about
you.
this, Jack. Think about this, Jack. Who did you? We saw what Cooper Flag did in college this year. He averaged 19 points. He's a two-way player. Took Duke deep into the tournament. Right? You know what's a crazy stat about Cooper Flag that doesn't even really get talked about a lot? He left high school early. He should have been a high school senior this year. And you see what he was doing against grown men in the tournament. There's 26, 27. Shout out to my boy Rich Legree. Rich Legree had me on the phone dying the other day. Some players in college is like 26, 27. Listen, he knows what we're talking about too. Yeah, he's great. Ooh, that Rich. But he's so imagine being 17. You should be in high school. Should be going to the prom. You're the most outstanding player in college basketball, Jack. I think he's going to be great, Jack.
Oh man, no doubt about it. But I was like, me and Ted, we had a great discussion. I was like, yo, because somebody's like, he has a shot to be. Somebody's like, he'll be better than Giannis. I was like, see, y'all may be taking me too far on the bridge. I don't want to cross. That's a lot of pressure.
We didn't see Giannis. We didn't see this in Giannis. Giannis was casually able to become this, though.
He's the 14th pick. And we've seen. I'm gonna be watching closely, and I'm thinking, what may be his advantage? If Kyrie's out for the year, so
but still, that team.
I was thinking, they're gonna go right deep in the playoffs. But
this is the thing. That team is no Charlotte Hornets. That team is no Washington Wizards. Even with Kyrie hurt, you still got Clay. You still got all those big men down there. You still got
big advantage, man. And he'll get a championship environment.
Absolutely.
Big advantage, man. From coaching. Coach is a champ. He's a champ. Kyrie's a champ. Clay's a champ. So man, he's gonna win up. He'd have been in Washington, man. Imagine him and Poole. Well, Poole's gonna take him in Washington.
Yeah, I was hoping. I was hoping the Pelicans, or I was hoping he ended up somewhere
That'd have been nice.
like the way where he is. I'm happy he landed where he's at.
Before you go, what do you think about all the teams that tanked that couldn't even get in the top 5? I think that's over. I think y'all. Here's what I realized is we got to figure out a new way how to get in the draft. You can still be. Dallas showed us you can be in the play-in and get the number 1 pick and or get close to it. So that tanking, it might be over for that. Yo, the Jazz got like the 5th pick, man.
And it's crazy because they're right outside, because there's 4 players. Who wants the series for Brown or Best? Oh, I guess she's watching. She must be watching the game. We're gonna have to. We're gonna speed through so we can catch the second half. Woo!
Yo, if the Knicks happen to lose this series, they're gonna have to shut down the city.
Man,
people gonna be in the hospital. Ben Stiller, Tracy Morgan, Chris Rock, Buster Rhymes, Spike Lee. He's gonna be at the funeral. He can't handle that. They gotta win this series. See, and here's the thing: that pressure has shifted.
Absolutely. And this is a perfect segue to our next topic, Jack. Even with the series, like this game right now, they're going back and forth. I just saw a 67 to 68. What is it? 69 to 67 right now. The Celtics are up. With the way that this series going and what we've continuously seen from Jalen Brunson, another small guard like Jameer Nelson, another topic on Facebook recently, is it time to put Jalen Brunson in the top 5?
Is he a top 5 player or point guard?
I'm going to say player, Jack.
Ooh, I don't know,
because
man.
we can say all this about Giannis. We could say Giannis ain't been out the second round since he won a championship.
But I would say we got to say though, he's a champion though. He's a 2-time. But those guys, well, I'll take a Giannis, and I'll take I think the best three are Joker, Giannis, SGA. Take your pick of the order. I think they're the best today to me. But and then
It's
I
tough.
got then when you put I would take and here's what I'm gonna get an order, but I actually would you take these guys over? Would you take Brunson over Ant Man?
It's tough. That's the tough. I can't say easily that I wouldn't, and I can't say easily that I
Why
would.
would see why I wouldn't because that theory leans on me. I got him in the top 10, definitely
But
top
this,
10.
but this is the thing. Going
You
back
put him
and
in that
forth between Ant Man and Brunson. Brunson is a proven winner wherever he's gone. Wherever he's gone.
I would say, has he been out the semifinals yet?
No.
And Ant Man, what did he do? Look, who he get out of? He got Durant out there last year. He
Well,
got
just
Joker
last year he got to the
Joker
Western Conference run, right?
in the
So
finals.
he's only 1 year removed from not getting out of the second, and it's looking like New York's going to get there this year. We'll see.
Younger, and he's younger. And what you got to ding him on this, and I ding Joker about this. How about being a two-way player?
It's tough because he's a smaller guard.
That's the thing. Like who does he get, if you put him in a position, uh, does he can he guard? But I never got him in my top 10. I think top five is a bit generous for me. Bit generous for me because
Yeah,
and,
it's arguable.
and then we got what you know where our guys should be there. Mr.
Joel,
Embiid,
Joel Brunson is available, coach and proven winner.
black him.
All right. Listen,
Listen,
those are the points that I want to hear.
y'all
He's
watch
a
two
winner.
series. Y'all watch two series. Now he's the top. Y'all and look, y'all
Sandy's
did not
saying
have
no. I can't tell if that's Sandy typing or my son. That's probably my son typing.
y'all did not have him top five in October. See, that's what you have a great couple. You have a good game. Oh, now he's the top. Look, come on.
But
Let's
he's had a great couple seasons, though. He's had a great couple seasons.
But we still wouldn't put them in that conversation. If you'd have said this in October, who's the top five? You'd have probably said Luca. You'd have probably said SGA, Embiid.
No, we wouldn't have said Embiid. Don't go that far. You being nice.
He's not top five. Remember? MVP.
Embiid this season in October, we would have said that. No, we wouldn't have said that in October.
Well, let me say, I don't think, I can't put Brunson over Tatum. I watched Tatum win a championship. That happened in June. I know y'all like him, and y'all like the big, and you got some Bo Jacksons to go with the uniforms. But come on,
Jersey's this cold, Jack. Jersey's this
Jason
cold.
Jason Tatum is a five-time All NBA, been to two finals, and his resume as far as accomplishments, he faster than LeBron and Jordan. He won a championship before them, and because he a little boring,
He's boring.
and he didn't go to Villanova. I mean,
All
oh,
that
I
works.
don't know if I put
All that
Brunson.
works in Brunson's favor.
I got Brunson in the top 10 definitely, but I don't know if I can put him over those guys, especially the champions.
Yeah, that's a good conversation, Jack.
But no, he
Good
get them to the
conversation,
finals.
Jack.
He get them to the finals. We have a whole different discussion.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know what it's time for, Jack.
Yo,
Bo
I gotta
Jackson
fight
for with
over.
everything.
And my
Go,
son
Bo
said
Jackson.
no. Who is no?
Bo Jackson, yo, Duber said the same thing as Rob. Bo
Yo,
Jackson
yo,
really
yo,
needs this
yo,
for us.
yo. First of all, Duber has been mad quiet this series.
Oh,
Yo,
Duber. This is that.
Jimmy
Is that
Butler.
I haven't heard from Dub in weeks.
I
Where
forgot he's the support too. I'm gonna call him Jimmy preseason. He ain't Jimmy playoffs now. He's Jimmy preseason.
Oh man. Oh man. But you know what it's time for? It's time for my favorite segment of the week, Jack.
Yeah.
That's a fact, Jack. Stat of the week. I got a good one for you today, Jack. You ready for this one?
Yes.
So the 3-point line, right, was first, there's a big everybody shooting threes now, right? Got centers and coaches, everybody shooting 3-pointers. So the 3-point line was first implemented in the NBA on a trial basis in the 1979 and 80 season. Who was the first player to hit
I know it.
NBA 3.
I know it. First of
Who
all,
was it?
I know everything from 1995 back. So,
Old
but I
school.
don't know why. But
Old
this is
school.
crazy. It's Chris Ford from the Celtics.
It's Chris Ford. But what is also interesting about that game?
Who's they playing? The
Larry
Celtics.
Bird's
Bird's first game.
first. They're playing the Houston Rockets. Larry Bird's first game.
Moses Malone. He played against Moses Malone. I don't know why I know that stat. I remember reading
Yeah.
that a while back. Yeah, but that's the
Larry Bird's
crazy.
first game. Chris Ford hit the first 3-pointer ever.
I don't know if Chris Ford is still living or not, but that's a hell of a accomplishment. And he
Hell
mess
of a
around.
claim to
He
fame.
started coaching them some years later. Bird's last years, he was a
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a
Yeah,
stat right
Jack.
there.
And
But getting
actually,
back
it's
to the
supposed to be
point,
a trial basis.
I didn't know that part. That was gonna be a trial base. Yo, man, we can't
Yeah,
even
you can't.
imagine the league without that now. That's crazy. A trial basis. I sent you that
Yeah.
one. What did they hit? What I sent you with Dr. J hit a three is the only
I
three in the
looked at
whole.
that. Well, that was the reason that made me look it
Was it?
up. I don't know if it's true because I looked. That's what made me dive
6 3 the
into
whole
that stat.
series.
Yeah.
6 3. Yo, Ant Man was 5 for like 12. They shot six the whole series. That's great.
Listen,
Yo,
Golden State.
before we get out of here, sneaks of the week. We gotta talk about them briefly. You got some hot ones back there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Jack kind of we're off schedule a little bit. We're supposed to do this first, but hey, it's our show. We do what we want to do, right? We do what we want to do. So I pulled out the Jordan twos, Jack, the Chicago lows, Jack. These are one of the original lows. MJ played in these. Cold, Jack. We talk about twos all the time being underrated, Jack. These are probably from about 10 years ago now. So still got them looking fresh, as you can see, Jack. So shout out to the Jordan 2 fans. What
Yeah,
you got
man.
for us this week, Jack?
I got some weird Sauconys. For years, I thought they were Sauconys, and they're not basketball sneakers. But I said, they asked me to do some brand ambassadoring. If ambassadoring is a
So how do
word.
you say it? So it's not Saucony's?
Oh, Saucony.
It's
I've been
Saucony.
working on it all week.
We've been
When I
saying
saw
that wrong for years.
I'm like, what? Cause I wonder. I'm trying to. They do some collaborations with West Side Gun, so I had to get these first so I can connect with West Side Gun. So when he was like, I heard him in the mid. So he was like, I said they're not Sauconys, nah, Sauconys. But
Saucony's.
I'm trying to get into the get cool sneakers that my daughters and I'm like, they love all the New Balances and anything that looks like this. So
New
shout out to.
Balances,
Oh,
Nikes,
listen. I told you know what I told him. I said back in
Asics.
the day, not even back in the day, 3 years ago, these sneakers were $30.
Get
You
them
get
at
you some.
Marshalls.
I brought these girls these New Balances. They was 125 a piece for kids. I could not believe it. I said, you walking right by the Jordan ones. They're 79. Nah, we want those New Balances.
My daughter
But
got a pair for the first day of school this year. New Balances that we had to go to Flight Club to get. We had to
oh,
go to Flight
hey,
Club.
yo, that's my spot there. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
With Flight Club, you know what happens. If you don't fit that size, it's all on you. Oh, I learned that the hard way. But
learned that the hard way, Jack.
yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
But
Jack.
thank y'all
But
for watching tonight.
absolutely, Jack, and we would be remiss to not shout out K3Ts dot shop. Head on over there, get you some politics as usual merch. Get over there and support some of the young athletes. TJ is doing great things over there. So shout out to the good folks at K3Ts dot shop. TJ, what up, boy? It's
Mm-hmm.
time for some quick. Oh, look. See, the graphic is going to show the beautiful merch. Wait till you see this one guy's face. Wait till you see this one guy. The guy on the right. Sorry, brother. The guy on the right with the hat on. That's a good looking brother
First,
there.
first of all, I need somebody got to send me something. It's been 3 months.
Listen, listen, Will,
I'm
listen.
on
When I
strike. Y'all
saw
know
it,
I'm going on strike.
when I seen you the other day, I should have brought you merch. TJ, I have
Oh,
merch for you. I have
Yo,
heard for it.
listen, I'm needed. I got to go away to Toronto next weekend. There's WNBA team out there. I got to do some, write some stuff up on them. I need that.
I
Go in
still
my
got
head
it in the package. So TJ,
when
it's
I
not
go.
on you. It's on me, brother. You gave it to me to give to him. So
I leave
shout out to
Thursday. I
TJ.
need. We got to link up. I leave Thursday.
Well, you're right around the corner. I'll drop it off in down there
Yes,
in
please.
Wayne.
Oh
It's
yeah,
right
bring
around the
me a
corner.
reason. Oh man, please. Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Will do. Will do. It's time for some quick shout outs. Jack, you want me to go first or you gonna go first?
Go ahead, brother.
So today I am shouting out two great people that have been doing some great work in Coatesville. Jack working with the eighth grade boys and girls basketball team. So shout out to my boy Malcolm Craig and his wife Lee, who
Malcolm
are the coaches.
Craig.
Yeah, Malcolm Craig, that's my
Basketball.
boy. Yeah, Malcolm Craig, he is the coach of the
Oh,
eighth grade, seventh and eighth grade boys
Brandi.
and girls.
Nice, man. I know he's a football guy.
Yeah, yeah, doing some great work out there. So shout out to Twins. Twins are doing great this year. So shout out to all the boys and girls on the eighth grade and seventh and eighth grade Coalsville track and field team. Jack, shout out to them. Who you shouting out this week, Jack?
Actually, I want to give a shout out to the good folks over there at BET. I don't know if y'all know. I'm gonna put a little formal video. They mess around and made me the digital sports editor, and I'm about to. You about to see our shirts all over at BET.com when I get in good. So I'm gonna shout them out. I was supposed to start Friday, but they threw me right in the fire on Tuesday. So I'm still trying to catch my breath. That's why I was late getting everything up tonight. But I wanted to shout out to them. Shout out to you, Mr. Carter, for being holding it down for 2 years. Of course, Brandi, when they let me get to her, Brandi as well. You get a shout out too. Are you
Congratulations on the new
are you
gig, brother.
happy? Are you happy
Are you
now?
happy now? Dang.
It was smooth. It was to the point. Well, I appreciate that, my man.
But before we get out of here,
Uh,
give me something smart, Jack.
I can't stand Draymond Green.
My wife calls him the donkey. Donkey.
Yo. Strengthening your crew.
Came here to take over the game. Yeah. Still. I know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy. More heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. That type of motion new to you. To us it's a throwback. Losing we don't know that. Only give them our facts. That's exactly what y'all lack. Always show the people love so they show us love back.